Finesse with a really good lurk here. Start pulling a few numbers of MIBR, but they have not let NRG through that long yet.
There's that first contact with the buddy system, but that initiates NRG to move inside this B site. And it seems to be MIBR who are as comfortable as Som to play towards yellow over here. Answered back by ardiis, but low on HP, gets a nice little dink, but is now getting chased down.
Lurk already coming around from Finesse could become a problem if MIBR does start to do damage. Great defensive mollies, great delay coming out here from NRG on the post plant.
This is definitely big. Yes, GZZ and Heat open up, but there's that flank coming through, but Finesse unfortunately loses it to RGL. MIBR regaining control of the site, leaving ardiis once again solo. Another 3 versus 1, and another 2-player waiting to greet him on the re-peak. Nice stall command from Victor to not allow any other type of utility to come out on the defense. So this allows for you now to play passively. Good recon out too. But it's still Victor in the back of yellow. The lineup of both now. It's a 2 versus 1. Out to Victor to make the clutch. There's that first tap onto the second, not even halfway. So he's playing it patiently. GZZ gets the kill, but there's not going to be enough time. He's already scaling up just behind murizzz, and it's a split on a 3-2. A rarity that we see as well on how we want to execute towards the A site.
Down A.
ardiis, though, falls first. Som on that fight towards Boiler. A second one to meet up with him just under the tube, answered back by murizzz. It's now even up a 2 versus 2. First one spotted, second one on top of that too. Connected onto Victor, as crashies is now left on the clutch. Up now, creeping up. A tap onto the spike!
Oh my God.
Moving up on the ropes though, Heat was waiting for it. A quick scope to end the round.
So you can see Heat's more than happy to stay back in sight with this operator. Cascade up through mid with a drone.
And they've done that previously with the Cascade and a Recon Dart to see nobody on mid. MIBR happy to just play this more passively because they have a lockdown to work with. Already comes up. There's that Molly, Shock Dart combo trying to break it down. Did it land close enough?
Planted.
It didn't. So that lockdown is still to come through. It's actually going to potentially even the lockdown. One Heat on the rotator cross on the Raptor, lands it onto crashies. The defuse already comes down for MIBR. Snake bites then to retaliate out from Som, slowing it down for a bit more. High tide, look at the scaling coming out from that utility from both walls. Both controllers doing so good. Now we have to fight behind it.
Oh my God,
as Som opens it up onto FRZ. We have yet to tap onto that spike. Finally, we'll break it down onto the Cove. Now the Cove disappears and that Finesse gets the kill. But then GZZ already comes back out.
Just looking, Heat's ready to pull that trigger in such a scary spot too. Once he gets pinged out, he just dodged it. Can still dash.
Dashes as he gets the pick onto Finesse. The res comes up though. That allows Finesse to move up with the lockdown if they want to. Getting a timing off the high tide coming down. Same thing here on the attack. Good on Victor to fall back and not go for the flash because that high tide, the toxic screen was coming down. As ardiis tries to go for the self boost for a kill. All of MIBR continuing to be very strong on these retake plays. And drop in! As Som greets him. JZZ and RgL on a 3 versus 2. High tide to push forward, gain space for JZZ, catching Finesse. Oh my God, almost missed that one. But it's a 2 versus 1. The first one was a little bit shaky, but he was crispy on that second kill. Al Jonas, Som is dancing the way through on the 2v1 clutch. Now gets pinged. Has to dance and play behind the wall. Shark Darts are coming in. Oh! Destroyed it for the 2 kills! And the Red Bull clutch had tied in the first half, 6-6.
Now mid push from NRG right off the bat. In the smoke, and they recon dart through it so they can get the early shots.
First contact already comes out. murizzz forced to fall back. He only has support from one other player. And that's going to be FRZ, but he's just hiding instead. Meanwhile, for NRG, after that first kill, don't want to go for a triple flank. It's actually just a rotate back towards the A site, towards screens. We're actually, by crossing over, they saw the high tide. They know this hit's coming.
Yeah. It's like NRG's playing a little audio warfare here. They're like bounding everywhere they go, right? Let's get back to A so MIBR can't plant safely. They don't know where we are, you know? You hear 3 people running in and it cause for pause right there. So almost the plant coming through now. Still waiting on this. RgL's gonna get through Cove plant. Or they wait for the peaks. They're just trying to play off of NRG over peaking.
Also trying to see if they can waste out some utility. But Sheriffs are coming into play into this pistol round. A 1-for-1. But a 2 for 2 as the plant finally comes in with 30 seconds left on the clock. Both players down for NRG, working together. Pass towards screens. High tide comes down. Now separated on a high low, but ardiis still wins that one.
One enemy remaining.
Saw him now. W player, W streamer gets the flank there onto JZZ. We're hurt moving forward, so he decides to fall back and they play the delay. Oh!
What a peek before the wall goes up. They throw the high tide, but peek just before it gets clearance, or cover rather. 4v4 now.
Spike planted.
All the way over at A, though, is ardiis. So that's going to take a while to clear. Let's see how fast NRG moves in sight with 3.
High tide was just used. But we still have a toxic screen available. Reckoning then coming out. Finesse being pinged out. The flank battle being heard now by FRZ. ardiis is the one on that flank. The backstab, where's the communication? But at least it gets traded out. Finesse down towards yellow, trying to put an alarm bot, a turret on the top of yellow. But we're closing in right now on a 2 versus 1. Make that even a 1 versus 1. Tap onto the spike. Victor looking to bring it halfway. And just pre-firing the shot, but it's still going to be the round for MIBR. Tying up the game back 8-8.
Be able to deny this, Vansily.
There's the updraft, the right click's missing wide.
Oh my gosh.
But FRZ moves in from the ropes, dropping down ardiis. Song trying to get a timing towards the back of the site. The recon dart to come out. He sprays on the first as there's 10 seconds left. The shock dart actually canceled the plant initially as we have a 2v2 into the site. Heat still, when the updraft was still alive into this round with 26 HP left. Alarm bot now in, but RgL's able to stay away from that radius. Heat watching the left side. The beating out coming out from Finesse as he swings across for that kill. Crashies on a 2 versus 1. Tries to even it up. Not forcing the second one, and Heat watches the angle. So everybody for NRG, because of this util coming out from the double controller, also fall back. And this gives an opportunity for NRG or MIBR to just move into these sites and plant. Heat with the first blood onto ardiis. 4 more to go here for MIBR to upset NRG on the first map. Victor has something else to say until RgL comes in for the event, the revenge. No plant coming down yet. 40 seconds left on the clock. Finesse trying to get a timing, but stopped. And it's all to one lone man. Saw him here on a 4 versus 1. Got the Rebel clutch in a 2v1 before. But now he has to fight inside a pit. First one on the contact. Clean shot onto RgL. Oh! Through the smoke, JCZ falls, but the pit's still up. Heat just at the top of the tower. Song trying to run in. Gets fought by murizzz. And MIBR will eventually get the first map here. 13-10 over NRG. For the wall execution. We're just ready to play a very aggressive flank now for MIBR. As you have a comp at least here for NRG that could play that pulse plant with paint shells, nano swarms, snake bites. There's great opportunities to play off-site at Long B. But it's just Victor by himself. Getting that first.
Victor!
Oh my, okay, that works out.
2 class.
murizzz watching from the spawn. Patient play from MIBR, thinking that NRG was going to re-aggress out there. Thra and now RgL. Trying to regain towards the map. Frenzy on a 1 versus 1. Saw him at the top of B Heaven. As the Cove comes out to spray onto the Frenzy, but there's almost no time. Sam's playing this perfectly. And a round's gonna come in here for NRG on the pistol. Save from that previous round. Moving up now. Oh, Sam on that timing. Gets picked off. ardiis looking to avenge his teammate. Not allowing a second player to move up to pick up the weapons! As JZZ continues those duelist numbers on this initiator roll, this time as a Sky.
It's going to be a tough hold here. 4v2, but it is a shorty and a sheriff on the other side.
Lockdown in. They're looking for the second one. The flank back gets it! Back into the Frenzy to break it. It's a 2 versus 2. Snake bite into the B-Link. The awareness out of this player coming out from Victor is amazing. The attacker killjoy will allow Victor to reposition down towards the back of the B halls, especially with the toxic screen coming up. Flash now, full blind, it's up to 1. JZZ with a 4th into the round. crashies making it a 1 versus 1. JZZ cannot get the ace. It's crashies instead with the Red Bull clutch.
All staying behind. Here's the reckoning. Vansily Let's just wait to see who they can push out.
And Trailblazer actually went onto the right side instead. Still going to be able to get a plant out from Som.
Yeah. Spike down.
I don't know about this idea of playing outside the site. A pit's available for murizzz.
I've got your trail.
FRZ moving in now for the first blood on the retake. Seekers on the attack to push out the defenders. Snake bites, nanoswarms, everything's up. Heat on the top of the boxes looking for this kill onto Victor. There's just too much utility as the pick comes back. Out on the defense. The spray out. Heat dashing forward. The pit then comes back down. And it's NRG across the board. Finesse with the last 2 kills.
1v1s almost all the time. They've had to work for it as NRG is putting up this huge first half fight. ardiis, again, first kill.
Pain shells at the top 2. JZZ is going to be forced to just get away out of that position. Satchel charges up. As now a reckoning now comes out on the defense from RGL. Hit by a Trailblazer. ardiis somehow still survives in the back. Is doing enough to allow just all of NRG to play the pulse plant. 2 nanoswarms are on the ground. The lockdown's not going to do much because we played already outside of the radius of the lock-in. Placed down by MIBR. ardiis still looking for more and has done some damage. The first nanoswarm to come out. You hear now the high tide coming down too. As that nanoswarm doesn't allow MIBR to tap onto the spike yet. Finesse now stuck in the corner, just running that clock down, doing what he can. And now finally tapped onto the spike. We're just spraying back, and there's just no time left. NRG will still capitalize on the first half to win it 8-4. Don't think we're gonna see an operator with how he's been playing on the entryway of the attack, but let's talk about this battle right here off the flash. It's still MIBR in the top, at least for a short stint, as Victor fights right back. Comes in for the 3rd into the round and even picks up an orb. That's a great start here for NRG. To be brawly, to fight like they wanted to, and also take control of the spike.
Does get this energy going into their games. A lot of the times it kind of looks like...
Last player standing.
Looks like potentially Victor with an ace.
30 seconds
as he gets
left.
4 into the round. FRZ now spotted by the turret. Victor and crashies. The dynamic duo here.
Turret's destroyed.
Just looking to play together. Swing off contact as the nanoswarm still available for FRZ. It's not going to do too much. Now both of them are swinging out. 8 HP left. But there's no time. One of them is going to run away, and that's going to guarantee the round then for NRG. And Victor on top of that will get the ace.
Everybody else. So not yet. Not yet. This is just waiting.
Ooh, okay. GCC gets a nice entry, though, onto crashies. Finesse now spotted in the back of the pit. High tide then retaliated by NRG as they're trying to crawl back into Flower Pot. And ardiis gets the pain shell kills onto JZZ. Nobody's really going for a plant, which is going to want to go for a last-minute plant, potentially towards the B site. The Reckoning comes out first. And Heat catching Som, running away. Heat also dashing away. But all of MIBR is actually looking to re-hit towards the A site.
30 seconds left.
ardiis on the off angle.
Last player standing.
Everything being well watched by MIBR.
It really nicely contacted in.
Here comes now the Seekers onto the attack. It's gonna come in from the B lane, so that's gonna spot Victor right here. Just trying to stay alive, just trying to keep this pit up. A counter Viper's pit on the attack with 10 seconds left. Victor just holding her across the corner. crashies is there for 2 kills. Comes out to Heat to fight back. Now the spike has been planted. murizzz now dancing out of his pit to be able to get the kill onto crashies. Shows the ground. Clearing out towards the back of the site. Both of them now have to move in. What? Oh my gosh. murizzz still dancing around the pit to get the last kill onto ardiis.
It's the B long play, however, is all of MIBR swing for the first frag again. Big damage on JZZ, but it's traded.
There's a gap in that high tide, or that cascade, that allows for MIBR to move now into this B site.
You should run.
Already, all of the ults are being used into this round. Plant coming in, done. Low HP is RGL, but still stays alive. Throws another cascade, blocking off some vision. crashies moving in, doesn't care. A couple of players detained on both ends. But that's a big kill that crashies needed. And for the rest of MIBR.
Only one Viper bite.
Here comes that Cove out for the defuse. Half and halfway, but it's being sprayed. by MIBR. Only one player left. They're so low on HP. One snake bite at least. Kill from the grave is going to be Victor. And though we've picked up the reckoning for Som. So this might become a very, very gruesome battle in the last round of regulation.
Overtime on the horizon.
And the plant comes in once again for long range. There's that pit. There's an early Seekers. Heat pushing towards the spawn. The first blood to Som. Everybody's dropping instantly for our NRG. Crashies low on HP, even at 1 HP inside the pit. And it's MIBR that's looking to push. Crashies is waiting though while the execution happens towards the B side. Crashies gets the information on 2 players, so some room to breathe for NRG to plant inside this B site. The heal coming up now for Finesse. On to his teammates. The plant's a little bit deep. So there's an opportunity to do a safe defuse if MIBR can move in here from that B-link and then initiate the defuse from there. Only ardiis is playing towards the back of the site. murizzz is moving forward. That flash assist allows for him to get another one. Finesse answers back. There's only one left to go. It's RGL, 31 HP. Cove up, full HP and armor are 2 players. He lands a nice one there. Cascade up, tap onto the spike. The gun is it through. Victor so smart. Victor so smart for that wing hit for MIBR towards this B site.
4v3.
Sprays across the end, ardiis falls. But we still have at least some players inside the site. Some moving towards the back end.
Delay.
10 seconds up on the clock. The flash! But it does not connect here onto JZZ. MIBR still has something left to stay. They still have some grit. They still have some fight.
Isn't Victor now unless the team can get here in time.
Cascade, jiggle peek. Victor now snake bite on the ground. Dash coming in from Heat. An assist potentially coming across. Support from the end. It's going to be ardiis at the top. Only 1 kill needed. It's murizzz at the bottom. And it's a satchel to the kill. ardiis comes back to fight with the rest of NRG. And we are going to a 3rd map.
That is a sigh of relief from NRG. They're going to have to take this by force.
And Som doesn't have any stars to go for Gravel's paint shells, so he's just trying to peek out with the frenzy. Nato's starting to push him away, but we're committing now inside this B site for MIBR. ardiis trying to fight back and will be able to do so. murizzz trying to gain control of the map, dropping from the heavens.
ardiis?
As the fault line comes through, the assist for Som to get the kill. A 3 versus 1. FFRZ answers back. Plant attempted, running out, gets a headshot to Finesse, but there's not going to be any plant coming through. The round is still going to come in for NRG.
Toxins going up.
Quick hit. They're hoping for something for murizzz to pick up here. If they can get a kill, murizzz gets a gun, and then they can work the map with a few more weapons.
30 seconds left.
Knowing that they're at a disadvantage just in that sense makes them move slow. A hit coming in as they waterfall out.
Flash and a double peek. Crashies was only able to grab 1. ardiis also falls. So those 2 rifles into this round.
Yeah.
They do have an answer for it for MIBR.
Planted.
Now, as a lockdown comes out, that forces NRG to play outside of the radius and to play a later retake. But that's time wasted off the clock. Also time wasted off the Cosmic Divide set up by Som. As now it disappears. JZZ with 2 flashes still available. 1 weapon upgrade coming out here from the last player that didn't have one. And as JZZ continue to work in, wow, we are answering right back towards Mail.
There are a lot outside sight here, Van Silly.
Paint shells on both ends, ardiis and crashies on that flank. Dropping all 3 players playing outside the site that you mentioned with. Only 1 left to go. Som was on a 1 and done, but decides to pull back instead. And it's a lockdown, but a fake Elise from MIBR rotating over towards the A side. Still 2 players from NRG inside this A side, off angle, trying to get the delay. The fault line coming out from Finesse. And ardiis catches Heat, jumping across. Even a Cosmic Divide to make things difficult. And everything's just working so well now. Off that kill, crashies pops out the Seekers. That's gonna spot the last 3. A little bit ahead of 1 Seeker though, as FRZ is able to pick him off. And Victor's waiting with this op. No util really available, so it has to be a body peek. And Victor capitalizes on that kill. Showstopper to come out, and we are running away right into the crosshair. A Som and a long range.
Frenzy strat. Let's see if they can catch one. Here it goes.
Oh my god, it was almost a kill to dink there, down 22 HP as Heat could not escape from that satchel. But there comes the push.
Sheriff.
The support from ardiis with the Sheriff and the wall bang. FRZ does have a frenzy against a low HP of ardiis. And that spike towards elbow. Finesse looking for some support. Oh, he turns away. Thought that he was going to be able to get that kill, or spot that he got the kill.
Right.
As now Snakebite comes down. Nice push in from MIBR. ardiis is only at 9 HP. Reed's now in a position where a body shot could take him. He wide swings instead. And all those RgLMs were used, as there's nothing to be used towards the B having control, but at least a flash to initiate a couple of these trades. A 4 versus 4. So now we calm down, fall back from it, and those ults that were used also allows here for, let's talk about that in a bit, actually.
Terminated.
ardiis was still lurking towards mid. Gets the headshot there onto Heat.
This could give the rotation now for RGL to come over.
Not affected by the flash behind screens, though. FRZ comes up. Spike is now down. I saw moves in, while spraying through the smoke. Getting a 2, and of course the last one that was heard here by the alarm bot. Potentially going head-to-head against Heat.
I've got your
Now
trail.
stars are coming down, Seekers out. Initiation and execution towards this B side. Aftershock to even clear out towards Hell. ardiis is just waiting for a peek that tries to get information, but the shots are going to be heard. RGL's at default, and RGL still gets the first with support from Heat just behind him.
Down
They
B.
just stay in sight. They're waiting for the clear. Still going though. NRG's in.
Victor answering back. Still only one player inside the site. It's RGL dancing away into A main. Caught by Victor,
Last player
but down to
standing.
13 HP, and also down to himself. With the spike on the
30
tap,
seconds
nobody
left.
peeking out. 2 players up on Heaven as well. It's JZZ and FRZ. Victor looking out, and then that's a nice protocol there for MIBR.
30 seconds left.
Great detection.
The flash and set to find out information, keeping the Seekers for the retake, but Satchels misses. Still shoots it towards the air and lands it onto JZZ. So it cancels out the Seekers, but Heat then comes in. Satchel across. Victor, though, gets the pick up to RGL. As there's only 12 seconds left on the clock, the spike is actually down. We have to move in to pick it up, but there's only one player left. It's going to be Heat. 5 seconds left into this round, and we're at least going to get the plat
Player
down.
standing.
ardiis missing.
That's it.
A double swing coming across, and Victor! It's a crossover, and thankfully nobody from MIBR is there. So the plant comes in. It's gonna be safe. A push towards spawn, and Victor gets the first blood down at low HP. JCC looking to fight back. Seekers to come out too, onto the attack after grabbing the orb, after grabbing the spike.
Murizzz.
Reese makes it a 4 versus 4. It is gonna get chaotic right here in the spawn, and it's still Victor. Only
NRG's
3
so
players
hurt.
low on HP indeed. Victor still gets another one. Finesse with the
standing.
frenzy. But we might go into overtime right here. Victor picks up a Vandal.
Again though?
A drop in, the shot, murizzz waiting for it.
Moment. As they decide where to go, it's a hit towards B.
Heat misses the boxes. Gets punished right away by Finesse, who gets a flash. JZZ turns away from it, so it's immediately traded off. Saw him playing towards the back of the site, behind the Nebula. Support coming out from Victor as well. And it's a 1-for-1. Upshot misses. One of the rare misses of Victor on the operator in a crucial time in overtime against MIBR, allowing the attack to get the plant in. ardiis then drops in, caught off angle by JZZ once again, who activates the Seekers, goes in for the kill, cannot get it. The trade attempt not working out, chased by the Seekers. Here towards Mail. RGL winning towards B main, and all of MIBR moving towards this B site.
Finesse. Oh, this is creepy.
They don't clear it. Easy kill. Transferring on to the second one. The spike is down.
Ooh.
But Heat answers back, and even FRZ gets 2. Back into an opportunity for MIBR to close in into the round on the attack. FRZ moving in for a plant, and the plant will also allow a lockdown to happen. So there's the plant, there's the lockdown, and here is NRG pressured to fight
Player
back.
standing.
And it's denied once again. Snakebite down. So at least for NRG, they know that the Viper rotated across, so
Yeah.
ardiis is looking for the lurk on the top of the pick. Satchel's in now, could be a fake. Oh, the flash, not good enough. It's mistimed, and that forces now NRG to fall.
Down B. Last player.
Only one more to go, and it's not gonna happen, just on
Defenders
camera.
win.
Heat gets the last kill. and MIBR get the upset against NRG.